October is beef month here in Alabama. So for this episode of Get to Know Alabama, we are getting to know Shelby Easterling. Shelby is a fourth generation cattle farmer here in Alabama. This video is sponsored by the Alabama Cattlemen's Association in honor of Beef Month. Let's go get to know Shelby. All right. Hey, Shelby, thanks for having us out to the farm today. It's good to meet you.
I'm so glad to have you out here.
Tell me a little bit about this operation, the history, and how you yourself got started in cattle farming.
Long story short, my husband and I, we run cattle here on this property. We've owned this land here since 2014, and pretty much every year we just try to, put more money into the property so that it'll give back to us.
That's awesome. I know that you are a fourth generation cattle farmer, so you grew up doing this. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so actually in 2005, my brother took out a youth loan to buy 4 registered Charolais, and the Charolais are the white ones here in the back behind us. So his plan with that was to save up the money from selling the heifers or the bulls to put into his college.
Oh, wow.
And so whenever he originally bought those 4 Charolais, I loved them. I was only like in the 3rd or 4th grade. And my dad was like, all right, well, we're going to halter break one for you to show. And wow. I was hooked from there.
I just love learning more about this lifestyle in the industry here. Is this something that you do full time, or is this like a part-time job for you?
Yeah, so my husband and I, we farm full time. We have poultry houses. We have 8 poultry houses, and we do the cattle. And then we also have like a little hobby herd of sheep and goats.
I know that cattle farming can look different in every season, but what is a typical day in the life for you right now?
Yeah, so right now we come over to the cattle and we make sure they have water and minerals, and whether they have feed. It's according to what time of the year, whether we're feeding hay or not, but we're going into winter, so we've already started feeding hay here.
You guys bring your daughter along with you to a lot of the different things that you do. Tell me a little bit about how farming kind of shapes your day-to-day life as a family as well.
Yeah, so everything we do now, we do it together as a family. So she's either in the tractor with my husband while he's out of the weather, driving the tractor, and I'm taking the hay wrap off of the hay bales, or she's on my hip while I'm pouring minerals.
Speaking more about your daughter, what do you hope that your children and even eventually your grandchildren take from this way of life?
I hope that they just enjoy the slow pace that we have out here, and we're away from the hustle and bustle of, getting to a certain place as fast as you can. I hope that they enjoy the land that we were given to take care of by the good Lord above, for sure. So we enjoy this life, and I hope to pass it on to her and her children one day.
Beef producers are really known for being stewards of the land. What does sustainability look like here on your operation?
So sustainability for us is the less inputs that we have to put into our cattle to keep them, making us money, the better. So we have a really good program with rotating them from pasture to pasture to give rest to some pastures so that the grass can grow, and then we can move the cattle back to that pasture. So that's a way that we look at sustainability here. And then we also keep the easy keeping kind.
What about living in Alabama inspires you to continue in the beef industry?
In Alabama, 95% of farms is family farms. The whole aspect of people thinking that all of our animals are produced at factories or factory farms, that's not the truth here in Alabama.
Our state has a lot of family value, I feel like, and so knowing that 95% of farming in Alabama is family farms, it makes sense, and it's good to kind of hear that statistic too. We're gonna do a little bit of rapid fire, quick question answers. What is a common misconception that you hear about the Alabama beef industry?
That your meat comes from the grocery store.
What's one thing that you wish the Alabama consumer knew about how cattle farmers raise their cattle?
So cattle farmers raise their cattle the way they would want to be treated.
And how can consumers support Alabama beef producers year-round?
Yeah, so in Alabama, we have a program called SoulGrown Alabama, and you can go straight to that website and find beef producers here in Alabama that process their own animals, or you can go to bamabeef.org, that's the Cattlemen's website, and they also have a directory.
As a producer, I want to know what your favorite cut of beef is.
I love a ribeye.
Me too. What is your favorite beef dish?
So my favorite beef dish has to be probably hamburger steak. I love to make it for my husband and make mashed potatoes and green beans to go with it. I like to put a flour crust on the outside and sear it in my skillet and then put it in the oven and bake it.
Okay, I think we're going to stay for dinner next time. All right, last question. How do you hope that the Alabama beef industry continues to grow in the future?
I hope that it continues to grow in a positive way. I hope that more people get involved in 4-H and FFA and showing livestock. I hope that producers are able to retain some heifers here in the future to help build our herd numbers back up. Cattle prices are so high right now that there's a lot of people just getting rid of everything they have to make the money whenever they can make it right now.
All right, Shelby, I have loved getting to know you today. I've loved learning more about your operation, seeing everything that you do here. I just think it's amazing. You're doing incredible work. Thank you so much. And thank you for hosting us today.
Yeah, thank you for coming out here.
Well, this is Get to Know Alabama. And as always, remember, it's beef. It's what's for dinner. Catch us next time.